9 subtle signs they're secretly falling for you. Unmask hidden attraction. Old Stoic wisdom. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Tease. Have you ever felt like someone might have feelings for you but never says it outright? One minute, they're distant. The next, they're warm and almost vulnerable. It's confusing. And if you've ever found yourself overthinking a glance or message, you're not alone. The truth is, when someone hides their emotions, they might not express it verbally. But psychology shows that attraction will inevitably leak through. Subtle signs, like a lingering gaze or a change in tone, reveal what they're trying to conceal. Why do people hide their feelings? Often, it's due to past hurt or emotional trauma. They fear rejection and vulnerability, so they suppress their emotions. But this only redirects their feelings, and that's when their body language, gestures, and small actions give them away. Let's break down 9 key signs that someone is secretly falling for you, each one easy to miss unless you know what to look for. Sign number 1. They avoid eye contact or hold it too long. The first and perhaps most powerful sign of hidden attraction starts with the eyes. If you've noticed someone either avoiding eye contact altogether or locking eyes with you for just a bit too long, you're not imagining things. These subtle shifts in behavior aren't random. They're driven by an internal battle. It's an ancient and powerful dynamic that traces back to Old Stoic wisdom, where the inner workings of the mind are often in conflict with what the body wants to express. This tug-of-war plays out in the eyes. In one moment, they avoid looking at you because deep down, they fear that staring might unravel the emotional complexities they've been trying to hide. In another, they might hold that gaze for just a beat too long, almost like they're trying to project their deepest thoughts into your soul. Don't be fooled by their stoic silence, though. Their eyes are telling you everything their words are too afraid to admit. A study in psychology underscores this notion, revealing that when someone struggles with suppressed emotions, they tend to either look away or hold eye contact longer than comfortable. The first is a defense mechanism, a shield to protect themselves from revealing too much. The second is an attempt to reach out, to communicate something unspoken. Next time this happens, take a moment to observe. Perhaps you'll catch them darting their eyes away when you glance over, or maybe they'll hold your gaze a bit too long, creating a charge in the air that's anything but ordinary. It's not awkward. It's full of unspoken potential. It's that moment when the connection between you becomes undeniable. If you want to test this, do something simple. Next time they look at you, maintain the gaze just a fraction longer, and then offer a subtle, soft smile. Watch closely if they return the smile or show any shift in their demeanor. You'll know. You're no longer in the realm of uncertainty. You're in the space where stoic principles and iron minds meet vulnerability. They may not speak it, but their eyes are already telling you the truth. So, don't brush it off. This could be the one subtle clue that confirms what their words never will. This isn't just about staring at someone. It's about understanding how powerful our unspoken signals can be. It's the iron mind of self-control battling the emotions that yearn for expression. There's a profound connection between the eyes and the soul, something the ancient Stoics understood deeply. They knew that true strength lies not in repressing emotions, but in understanding and controlling them. And those who embody this iron mind often communicate more through their gaze than their words ever could. So when someone can't quite find the balance between avoiding and holding eye contact, take notice. You're witnessing a subtle dance, a battle between desire and fear. And in that gaze, the unspoken truth of attraction lies waiting to be recognized. Sign number 2. They tease you more than others. Now, let's talk about teasing, one of the oldest tricks in the book for hiding affection. When someone is secretly drawn to you but isn't ready to speak it aloud, their feelings often leak out through playful yet subtle teasing. It's a skillful, albeit indirect, way to say I'm interested without risking exposure. You must understand this. It's not just any teasing. It's a special kind of teasing, reserved for you alone. They might use light sarcasm, give you quirky nicknames, or poke fun at your music taste, your coffee order, or even your fashion choices. But here's the clincher. It's not the same with everyone else. They don't joke or criticize others in this exact way. The intensity and personal nature of it is exclusive to you. You've earned that special place in their world. Why do they do it? Because teasing allows them to be close to you without the terrifying vulnerability of opening up. It's an emotional playground where they can test the waters of connection without risking emotional exposure. This is where the art of teasing blends with practical stoicism, a stoic rule of keeping your composure even when emotions are quietly stirring inside. The teasing is the safe route. It says, I want to get closer, but I'm not quite ready to let down the walls yet. Think of it as a strategic move, a dance of the mind, testing boundaries and watching your reactions. In a way, this behavior mirrors the tactics used in the paths of wisdom, where the wise person knows when to speak, when to act, and when to remain silent. Teasing is often a stoic tool, not unlike how ancient philosophers would test their students' understanding. But here it's the testing of emotional intimacy rather than intellectual insight. They are assessing how you respond to the playful banter, gauging your openness, your warmth, and your willingness to engage. It's like flirting's quieter cousin, the one that doesn't shout but still gets your attention. The teasing is less obvious than other forms of flirting, more subtle, layered, and rich with meaning. That's why you must pay attention. If someone teases you in a way that feels different, more personal, more intimate than how they interact with others, you are in the midst of something that speaks volumes. It's an unspoken admission, a softer, gentler version of I'm into you. This, my friend, is the power of teasing. It says a lot without saying much at all. It's the moment when someone is offering you a peek into their heart, but through a mask of humour. And as you read between the lines, you'll find that this seemingly playful gesture might be their way of saying something far deeper than they're ready to voice. Don't let it go unnoticed. This is one of those quiet moments where practical stoicism meets the human heart in the most unpredictable way. It's a beautiful thing, this subtle, unspoken bond. And don't get fooled by the jest. Beneath the teasing lies a story of longing, of a desire for closeness, yet a hesitance to show it fully. They are revealing more than they intend to. They may not be ready to admit their feelings, but their actions, the teasing, the sarcastic comments, the mock criticisms, are all telling you the same thing: I want to be near you. I just can't say it. Yet. So, the next time someone teases you in that unmistakably different way, take note. It's not just a playful jab, it's a bridge they're building toward you, one witty remark at a time. Sign number 3, they get jealous over small things. When someone is secretly falling for you, the first thing you'll notice is their attempt to mask their jealousy. It's an emotion that betrays their feelings. No matter how hard they try to suppress it, you must understand that jealousy is not always expressed in the overt ways we expect. There won't necessarily be anger, confrontation, or dramatic outbursts. Instead, jealousy sneaks in quietly, often hiding behind subtle remarks or shifts in behavior that speak volumes if you're paying attention. Imagine you mention someone else, someone you admire, or even just a casual friend or co-worker. Watch how their demeanor changes. Do they suddenly become quiet, perhaps uncomfortable? Are they dismissing the person you mentioned with a flippant remark? Something like, "Oh, that guy." Do they offer sarcastic comments that don't quite fit the situation? That's not indifference, that's jealousy, carefully masked by a veneer of nonchalance. This is the silent protection of a person who fears losing their chance with you, who is secretly wishing to be the one you admire, yet can't voice it directly. Why? Because they are hiding their true feelings. As Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In this case, their jealousy is a reaction, a signal that they care, even though their words deny it. This is the essence of Stoicism in action. They seek to remain composed. But deep down, their emotions leak out. Jealousy arises from the fear of emotional loss or threat. And when someone secretly likes you, Even the smallest signs that you may be emotionally invested elsewhere will trigger their instinctive need to guard their feelings. They won't admit it, but their actions betray them. They may casually ask who you were with, trying to sound neutral, but their eyes tell a different story. They might compare themselves to the person you mentioned, in a way that's not overt, but is clearly motivated by insecurity. Guess I'm not as smart as your new intellectual friend. They might joke, but that remark is a covert cry for your attention, a subtle declaration of desire. Don't miss this. Recognize the signs and take control of your interactions. You must become an observer of their hidden language, understanding that this jealousy is not just a random emotion, it's a sign of deeper attraction, even if it's not being spoken aloud. This is Stoicism at its finest, a person's inner turmoil masked by external calm. But you can see through it. Like the wise words of Epictetus remind us, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. In this case, you must disregard the external behavior and instead focus on the true, unspoken signals of attraction that reveal themselves in their jealousy. Recognizing this is a power you must possess. Take charge. Don't be fooled by their dismissive actions or words. Learn to read the deeper meaning and understand what they're trying to communicate through the cracks in their mask. The signs are there. You must be ready to spot them and master this art of observation. Be the one who controls the narrative, not just through your words, but through your understanding of the subtle cues others give away. If you found this insight valuable, comment below and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more timeless wisdom. Comment to remember, I embrace my own worth and attract those who value me. Let us know if you've seen this subtle sign in action. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Sign number 4. They remember the little things. Let me tell you, this is a massive giveaway, especially when someone's playing it cool and pretending not to care. Think back to that random comment you made, maybe weeks ago, your favorite coffee blend, a quirky movie you love, or a random memory from childhood. You barely remember mentioning it, but then, bam, they bring it up, and not just in passing. No, they remember it down to the tiniest detail, as if it mattered. And to them, it does. They've been quietly cataloguing your words, storing them like treasures, even if they've been pretending otherwise. Why does this happen? It's emotional cataloguing at work. When someone is emotionally invested, whether they admit it or not, their mind instinctively starts filing away information about you. It's a subconscious process, almost like a reflex. You might have said something like, I love my coffee with a dash of cinnamon, or I've always wanted to visit Iceland, or even Tuesdays just suck. A throwaway comment, right, but weeks later, they casually bring it up. I got you cinnamon, remembered you love it, saw a documentary on Iceland, thought of you, and yeah, Tuesdays still suck, huh? That's when you feel the subtle shift. It hits you, they've been listening, they've been paying attention, the whole time. Emotional attraction isn't just about longing and desire, it's about noticing the hidden cues, the ones that reveal a deeper connection, even if unspoken. And here's the fascinating part. Research in emotional cognition tells us that when someone is romantically drawn to another person, their brain literally prioritizes and stores related memories with laser-like precision. It's not even conscious, it's automatic. Their brain flags your conversations, not as idle chit-chat, but as important, as worthy of preservation. It's like mental bookmarking, where everything you say gets flagged for future reference. And here's the kicker. They don't do this with just anyone. Oh no, this is reserved for you. Because on some level, whether they're ready to admit it or not, their heart is already attached. This is where Old Stoic wisdom comes into play. The Stoic principles tell us to keep a strong mind and guard our emotions. But even the most iron-willed hearts can't help but store every detail about someone they're secretly falling for. They may not say it out loud, they may act like nothing's going on, but the way they remember even the smallest things. That's a clear sign. That's attraction. That's investment. You must be aware of these signals, because they reveal more than words ever could. Be attuned to the quiet signs of interest, and trust that when someone starts remembering the tiniest, most obscure details about you, it's not by chance. It's their heart speaking louder than their mind. Sign number 5. Their body language betrays them. There's an ancient truth that every wise person knows: the body never lies. Words can be manipulated, actions can be concealed, but the body, it speaks loud and clear. Even the most stoic individuals, those masters of silence and self-control, find that their body language often betrays the emotions they try to bury deep inside. It's a phenomenon so subtle yet powerful that it's impossible to ignore once you learn how to read it. Don't be fooled by words alone. Let's get one thing straight. Don't just listen to the words. They're often a smokescreen. People are crafty creatures, trained in the art of words, able to wrap a bundle of truth in a neat package of denial. But the body, it's a more reliable messenger. It reveals more than what's being said, often unintentionally. Imagine you're talking to someone who's keeping their feelings tightly in check. Their face may remain neutral, their tone controlled, but their body, it's a different story. Ever noticed how they lean in when speaking to you, even when it's not necessary? It's not just for good acoustics. They're drawn to you, physically and emotionally. It's the first hint that they're not as indifferent as they're pretending to be. Watch for the subtle subconscious cues. Start paying attention to those small but subconscious movements that often slip by unnoticed. Do they mirror your actions? When you adjust your posture, do they do the same? If you shift in your seat, do they follow suit? That's no coincidence. In the world of practical stoicism, we're taught to control the self, but even the most disciplined minds can't fully suppress the body's instinctual need to connect with others. We mirror those we're drawn to. It's a primal response, almost as if our subconscious is trying to tell us what our words can't. It gets even more revealing when they fidget around you, tapping their feet, adjusting their clothing, playing with their hands, or even touching their hair. These are all signs of physical restlessness, the kind that happens when emotional energy has nowhere to go. Their mind may be trying to keep their feelings under wraps, but the body is sending a different message. It's as if the physical tension, suppressed feelings, and desire to close the gap are bubbling just below the surface, waiting to break free. It's not random. It's a subconscious attraction. Research on nonverbal communication backs this up. When people suppress romantic feelings, the autonomic nervous system kicks in. This leads to physical tension and restless behavior, an automatic response that doesn't lie. In Stoic terms, it's the body's way of trying to navigate the paths of wisdom while also being pulled by instinct. No amount of mental training can suppress these physical signals completely. So how do you spot these telltale signs? Here's what you need to look for. Are they angling their body towards you, even when no one else is around? It's not just the conversation keeping them close. It's the magnetic pull they feel toward you. Do their feet point directly at you? Even if their face or eyes are diverted, their feet are the ultimate betrayers, as they rarely lie when it comes to attraction. When you move, do they subtly adjust their position to mirror yours? It's an instinctive reaction. Our bodies are hardwired to orient themselves toward the people we feel a connection with, emotionally and physically. In the age of Stoic rules, where wisdom teaches us to control our responses and direct our focus, the body remains the most honest communicator. Even the most stoic and emotionally reserved person will find that their body speaks louder than their words when it comes to attraction. So, watch the body, it speaks the truth. That's right. If someone says, "I'm not interested," but their body is leaning towards you, arms uncrossed, feet facing you even while talking to others, don't be fooled. The truth lies in their body language, not their words. Trust the body, because it knows what the mind is trying to hide. The body is where emotional truth manifests, and even the most carefully crafted words can't overpower it. In the grand scheme of things, attraction is one of the most instinctual, primal forces. The body is often the first to recognize it, long before the mind has made sense of it. If you're paying attention, those subtle cues will tell you everything you need to know. Don't let those moments slip by unnoticed. Remember, the body never lies. It speaks in ways words cannot, and you must listen carefully if you want to uncover the hidden feelings beneath the surface. After all, in the world of practical stoicism, acknowledging the truth, no matter how subtle, is the first step toward wisdom and the body. It's the most honest teacher of them all. If you've noticed these signs, it's time to trust the body over the words. Comment below with this sentence to engage. Their body says more than their words ever will. Like, share. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on reading Hidden Attraction. Sign number 6. They run hot and cold. When someone you care about runs hot and cold, it can be one of the most frustrating and emotionally draining experiences. 1 minute, they are fully engaged, texting, laughing, diving into deep, meaningful conversations that leave you feeling like this connection is something special. But then, without warning, they pull away. They become distant, cold, vague. You wait for hours, even days, for a response, only to feel like the bond you thought you shared never existed. This behavior isn't about you. It's about them. The truth is, it's a sign of emotional resistance. They care more than you know, but they fear what might happen if they let themselves fully invest. They fear the pain of being hurt again, the loss of control, the vulnerability of being too open. This sudden withdrawal is their defense mechanism. They retreat not because they don't care, but because they care too much. This push-pull dynamic is a timeless phenomenon, something Epictetus, a master of Stoicism, would likely have understood well. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants, he said. It's about mastery of self and resisting emotional excess. If you're experiencing this behavior from someone, it's a clear indication that they are emotionally conflicted, torn between desire and defense. So, how do you handle it when you see these subtle signs that they're falling for you, but just don't know how to let themselves? First, you must be patient, but not passive. Give them the emotional space they need to work through their fear, but don't disappear completely. You must remain steady and present, showing them that they can rely on your calm, consistent energy. Your steady presence will give them the courage to eventually open up. But don't push, don't pry, and don't try to force clarity. The more you press, the more likely they are to shut down. Instead, invite honesty by being grounded and emotionally mature. Remember, emotional strength isn't about pushing for answers, but about creating a safe space where vulnerability can thrive. Stoicism teaches us that the path to mastery lies in self-control. As Epictetus advises, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The same principle applies here. Don't react impulsively or emotionally when they go cold. Give them the room they need, but stand firm in your own self-assurance. Let them know that you understand the tension they feel and that you're not going anywhere. Mirror their vulnerability gently. If they open up a little, you share a little of your own. This balance creates a sense of emotional safety without overwhelming them. At times, all it takes is a simple, open acknowledgement of what's happening. If you feel brave enough, say something like, "I sense that you're holding something back, and that's okay. You don't have to explain yourself. I just want you to know that you're safe here." This invitation for honesty can sometimes break through the wall of resistance they've built. It's not about forcing them to confront their feelings, but about showing them that they have nothing to fear in doing so. In the face of emotional resistance, you must remain calm, decisive, and resolute. You must stay grounded, just as the Stoic teachings of Epictetus would instruct. In relationships, as in life, your strength lies not in exerting control, but in mastering yourself. You must let go of the need for immediate answers and embrace the journey of emotional mastery. With patience and understanding, you will win. You must remember that true strength doesn't lie in chasing after answers, but in creating the conditions for them to emerge naturally. This is how you win, how you master life, and how you win their heart. Sign number 7. They go out of their way to help you. Pay attention. When someone secretly harbors feelings for you, their actions often speak louder than words. It's not about grand gestures or overtly flashy moves. They're more subtle, and it's all about the small things. They'll offer to carry something heavy for you, give you a hand with a task you didn't even ask for, or even offer unsolicited advice, though it's not asked for. And don't mistake this for mere politeness. Their eagerness isn't meant to impress or show off. It's deeper than that. You must understand, their willingness to assist is often motivated by a desire to be closer to you, to be involved in your life without revealing their true feelings. This is not just a polite, "let me help." It's a silent declaration that they care, a gesture grounded in Old Stoic wisdom, where actions speak louder than words. The Stoic principles of emotional control and restraint are alive and well in their behavior. Rather than verbally professing their feelings, they reveal their affection through their consistent, quiet acts of service. This is an emotional investment that doesn't scream for attention, but rather patiently waits for you to notice. They're not looking for a thank you or recognition, and sometimes their help might feel like an afterthought, but that's the point. They want to be there for you in ways that seem almost invisible to others. It's a subtle yet profound sign that their feelings for you are real, and they're trying to keep it under wraps, guided by their iron mind and stoic self-control. If you're perceptive, though, you'll catch on. These small gestures are not accidents. They may be trying to tell you something without ever uttering a single word about it. So, watch for these signs. They're speaking volumes in the language of actions, not words. If you've noticed someone going out of their way to help you, it's more than just kindness. It's a clear sign of hidden attraction. They're investing emotionally without saying a word. Comment below with this, "I recognize the signs of true care and connection." Let's see how many of you are picking up on these subtle clues. Sign number 8. They initiate contact at random times. One of the clearest signs that someone is harboring feelings for you without saying a word is when they reach out to you at random times. It's subtle, yet undeniable. A text message asking how your day is going, a casual, just checking in note, or a completely unnecessary phone call just to hear your voice. There's no urgent reason, no business matter to discuss, just a simple need to connect. At first, you might find yourself puzzled. Why now, you might wonder. There's nothing to talk about, yet they're still reaching out. That's exactly it. You must understand that this behavior is a clear sign of something deeper, a silent dance of attraction. Think about it in the world of practical stoicism and ancient wisdom. The truly disciplined person knows when to act with purpose. But those who are falling for you, they're not bound by rigid structure. They don't need a reason to act, other than the fact that they're thinking about you. And this is their way of doing so, without putting themselves in a vulnerable position. The randomness of these contacts is important. In the Stoic world, everything happens for a reason, and actions are deliberate. But this type of randomness, this unplanned, spur-of-the-moment decision to reach out, might seem like a contradiction. However, the truth is that it's their subtle way of weaving you into their life without openly declaring their feelings. A little message here, a brief chat there, and before you know it, you're becoming an integral part of their daily thoughts. The timing is often strange, and you might wonder if it's a mistake on their part. They might text you late at night or during the day when they know you're busy. You might even think, "Why do they contact me now? Do they expect me to drop everything?" Here's the deal. You're not meant to read too deeply into it. These messages are not about creating a need for you to respond immediately, nor are they about demanding attention. They are simply small gestures of care, without any expectation attached. This is how someone who follows the Stoic rules of self-discipline knows how to express their hidden feelings without giving away too much. You must see the truth. It's not about you needing to decipher every message or be caught in the trap of overthinking. It's about appreciating the fact that someone is actively and deliberately keeping you in their life. Whether you realize it or not, be mindful of how often you are contacted in these moments of randomness. The more frequent these reach-outs become, the clearer the message they're falling for you, and they want to stay connected, even when there's no clear reason for doing so. In fact, these actions are part of a larger process of revealing hidden emotions, very much aligned with the paths of wisdom. True wisdom in attraction doesn't always rely on grand gestures or dramatic declarations. Sometimes, it's the quiet moments, the unexpected messages, that reveal the most. Don't mistake it for just small talk too often. We dismiss these random communications as insignificant. You mustn't do that. A small message here or a just checking in there could be the only way the other person feels safe expressing their growing affection. They want to stay in your life. They want to be present, but they're doing so in a way that doesn't reveal everything at once. This is the slow, steady build-up of emotion, much like the slow, deliberate path of practical stoicism, where one step is taken at a time, building toward a greater purpose. It's an act of patience. Stoics, when training themselves to master their emotions, learn that true control comes not from suppressing feelings, but from expressing them at the right time, in the right way. When someone is initiating contact at random times, they are doing just that. They are waiting for the right moment to reveal their emotions, all while quietly staying connected to you. This is their way of ensuring that they're still part of your life, even when their feelings are kept hidden in the shadows. So next time you receive an unexpected text or random call, don't brush it off as something trivial. Recognize it for what it is, a sign of interest, of affection, and of someone trying to stay close without yet revealing their heart. In the long run, it's a reminder that while we can all embrace the ancient teachings of the Stoic rules, love and attraction often defy the need for a reason or logic. They exist on their own terms. In conclusion, pay attention. Don't just ignore the random moments they reach out. Instead, understand that this is their unique way of showing they care, quietly and thoughtfully. Their actions, though subtle, are deeply telling. The more you see these signs, the clearer the message they're falling for you. Sign number 9. They get nervous or fidgety around you. You must understand this when someone is secretly falling for you. Their body doesn't lie. No matter how hard they try to conceal their emotions, the physical signs of attraction will inevitably show. They'll fidget, touch their face, play with their hair, or shift uncomfortably in their seat. This nervousness is not just a random reaction. It's their body's way of expressing the deep emotions they are trying to control. Even the most stoic individuals, no matter how hard they try to hide their feelings, can't suppress these instinctive movements. As Epictetus wisely stated, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When they're around you, they may seem uneasy or jittery because their emotions are conflicting with their desire to remain composed. These subtle signs are a direct reflection of the internal struggle they're facing. If you notice them becoming more restless or tense in your presence, it's not a coincidence. Their body is betraying their feelings, showing you that they're not indifferent. They are, in fact, captivated by you. This is where you must recognize the power of reading such signs. Don't ignore it. Pay attention. They can't control it. And that's a clear indicator of the strength of their emotions, even when they're doing everything in their power to mask it. Just like the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught us, we must master ourselves, our actions, and emotions. In this case, the lesson is to understand the subtlety of human behavior, especially when it's signaling something much deeper than words can express. So, notice it, acknowledge it. It's your moment to understand the hidden attraction that others might be fighting to keep under wraps. In today's world, where people are increasingly adept at masking their true feelings, these subtle signs are more powerful than ever. You must learn to spot them, to understand that even in an age of self-control and stoicism, the human heart is still a powerful force. This is the moment where you must take charge. Be the one who notices, who understands, and who acts with confidence. Use the wisdom of stoicism, read the signs, acknowledge the truth beneath the surface, and make your move. The path to mastering life is not about ignoring the truth. It's about recognizing it and responding with strength. Take action and win. And hey there, and thank you so much for sticking with me until the end of the video. If you've spotted any of these signs in someone around you, whether it's lingering glances or little details they remember about you, it's likely they're battling some hidden feelings. But keep in mind, these emotions can stem from all sorts of places past wounds, fear of being vulnerable, or even just emotional confusion. The most important thing to remember is that it's not your responsibility to fix someone else's emotional battles. But if you truly care, your calm presence, your steady support, could be the very thing that helps them find their way out of the shadows. So, whether or not they're ready to admit it, don't forget sometimes, people just need someone patient and understanding to help them stop fighting what they already feel. If you found this video valuable, drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Have you seen these signs before in someone close to you? Liking the video helps spread the truth. And if you want more psychology-driven insights on love and connection, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching. And remember, even the quietest heart eventually finds its voice if someone's willing to listen.